Number 8.
Good evening, folks, and welcome to Scott Bailey Memorial Field for tonight's Mid-Buckeye Conference showdown between the Crestview Cougars and Loudonville Redbirds. My name is Brian Skronsky, joined tonight by the great Jesse Ryder, and this is a pretty great matchup, man, here early season, or I guess we're actually getting to about the midway point. It's kind of flying by. Two teams coming in with nice records, Cougars at 5-1, Loudonville at 4-1, so, a good battle here in the league.
Absolutely. This is two teams, I think, trying to find their identity. They have a nice opening schedule so far and have done well with a lot of the results. I think for Loudonville, youth is the name of the game right now. All of their goals have come from 2 freshmen and 1 sophomore so far.
Wow.
So one of them has 14 goals, the sophomore, so it's going to be impressive to see how good is she.
Let's go ahead and take a look at the lineup here for the visiting Loudonville Redbirds. And you talked about that sophomore, Sydney Poland, 14 goals on the year. She has been an absolute standout and certainly a player that Crestview and head coach Elizabeth Webb said that they're going to have to game plan for here tonight. Shout out to the Crestview Marching Band for honoring America with us. Their last performance of the year, I'm told, Jesse. So that's it.
Wow, I think they're performing at halftime, so we're going to see them one more time, I think, at least. That'll be a fun time tonight. We'll have a good time here. I think we're seeing 2 different teams right now. Loudonville, we talked about the youth and kind of the youth movement there with some of their freshmen and sophomores coming up. For Crestview, it is a team loaded with juniors and seniors. They replaced a couple key players from last year, but this is a team that's got some experience, and they've done well in some of the early season matchups. So tonight's a great Mid-Buckeye Conference matchup where we get 2 probably equal teams, at least record-wise, and we'll find out result-wise, are they equal to each other?
All right, let's take a look at the roster now for Crestview. You mentioned they had to replace a couple of studs, those being Carly Campo and then an All-Ohioan and Kathleen Leeper. But they got some pretty good girls filling in. Frankie Dismore certainly is having an outstanding season up to this point. 7 goals, 3 assists on the year for her. Anna McFarland, 5 goals. And I was told Mary Leeper, who had a great sophomore year, playing well as a junior so far.
Yeah, certainly. There's definitely some goal-scoring ability on Crestview. I know they lost some key players, but they can still move the ball and find the back of the net. I think what we're looking at tonight is we're going to find some teams. It's going to take a few minutes, try and figure each other out a little bit, figure out the pace and tempo of the game. But I think we're going to be in for a pretty even contest tonight.
Got the Birds with a throw-in here on the near side as we are opening up the action. Loudonville likes to play a 4-3-2-1. I just like the sound of that lineup, Jesse. It just flows.
You just feel like a rocket should take off at the end.
No doubt.
A little bit of a countdown there.
I'm sure they're hoping that they can unleash a few rockets on net here tonight. Try to deliver a couple into the nets.
It's been a little bit. I think most of the games we've done so far have been on a nice turf facility, and certainly the facility here at Crestview is nice, but you can definitely see it is a football facility too. A little wear and tear in the grass there. Got some football lines as well. Good opportunity for Crestview there. I think the game tonight is going to be who can take care of the ball and not have a bad giveaway in their own defensive side.
Yeah, I think you could be right. I think we're probably in line for a lot of goals here this evening too. Crestview averaging almost 4 per contest. Loudonville 4.5 per game. So could be in line for a shootout, Jesse, and that's usually my style of play. I know some soccer coaches probably like the defensive battles, but
well, certainly it's fun to watch when it's a shootout. I don't know if you're coaching in a shootout that's the best interest, but certainly this, but Crestview's got a pretty stout defense as well. Their past game against Northwestern, they gave up their first 2 goals of the season. That was their first loss as well. But start off the season 5-0. Didn't give up a single goal in any of the first 5 games, and then took a tough loss to a good Northwestern team, 2-1 the other night. So I think for Crestview, this is a little bit of a bounce-back game. A little bit for Coach Webb, trying to see what level is your team going to kind of reply back to and see where they're at.
Crestview right now bringing most of the action on their side of the offensive third.
Conference games are just a fun time to just compete against each other. It adds just another level, a little bit of more to the game than itself. Certainly you want to go out and compete against a local crosstown team. But being a conference game, and Loudonville took a conference loss to Mansfield Christian, Crestview undefeated in the conference right now. It's interesting to see what will that add to the game. A little bit of just pressure to find the back of the net and trying to get the win, and in doing so, do you give up mistakes sometimes? Crestview just really dominating the attack right now, though.
Shot attempt there by Peyton Collins, and they've had a couple decent looks here, at least setups, as we're only 2.5 minutes into the gameplay, and Crestview right now dominating.
Yeah, they're certainly getting close to getting good chances here. They're not quite found a solid shot on goal yet, but they're just kind of lingering around right now. If you're Loudonville, I think you got to tighten up the defense a little bit, and they've not really cleared the ball effectively. Maybe not even crossed midfield yet. Crestview just kind of wins it, gets back in the attack every time. So even on a play like this where it's a throw-in in your own half, you want to get the ball to your feet and not give it back to Crestview here.
Burris trying to reverse fills, and as they do that, a turnover. And here's Anna McFarland. Lofted one, but the keeper handles it.
And that's the turnover that's going to be costly. If you keep giving the ball away in the middle of the 18 like that, Crestview is good enough they will make you pay. So if you're Loudonville, you really got to work to get the ball outside, get it forward, and kind of get out of that space a little bit. Right now, Crestview just kind of got them locked in the back.
Birds nearly had a nice transition attack there.
There's a little bit of offense going for Loudonville. They've got the ball forward a little bit. First time in the attacking third. Sydney Poland, the probably first couple touches of the game there. Certainly an aggressive player, working hard to get the ball, trying to make something happen. It's a good ball for Crestview. It's going to be a little bit of trouble. Oh, Loudonville does well to shield in the middle of the field.
Keeper dangerously out very wide, and here comes Frankie Dinsmore off the cross.
It's a good ball in. Misplayed by Loudonville a little bit. She tucks it away. First goal of the night for Crestview.
Lauren McKinney delivers here at home for the Cougars, who go on top 1-0. Less than 5 minutes into the contest.
Yeah, Frankie Dinsmore does well to just kind of keep working at that ball. A little bit of a miscommunication for the Loudonville defender and the keeper. They both came out. They both kind of stopped at the ball, but Frankie did not. Just kept it, got in the corner, played a good ball in. A little bit of a misplay in the back from Loudonville, and Crestview tucks it away for the first 1-0 lead of the night.
And it felt like just in these first few minutes, it was just a matter of time before they were at least going to get a good-looking shot on net.
Absolutely. Defensively, Loudonville has struggled a little bit to just kind of regain possession of the ball and not give it away, and that was kind of a case of that where they won it first, and then a little bit of a miscommunication, give it right back to Crestview.
The official says that it's going to be Cougars throw-in here on the near side.
I'm not sure. Everyone looks confused by that, but that happens every once in a while. This is when you have such a young team, these are moments that they're going to be a great teachable moment one way or another. Either you're going to learn to be resilient or you're going to learn that you should have been resilient. And so for Loudonville, I think that's what the coaches will be kind of preaching to the team there of, you've got to battle back. You give up an early goal. You got to keep battling, keep working at it, clean up your defensive effort a little bit. Right now, Crestview's kind of having their way offensively. Frankie's just a tough player there in the middle, just does well to win the ball back. Takes a bit of a touch, but the keeper stays on her line.
And how about the speed of Frankie? Now sets up her friend again, and we got another goal, though. Offside this time, Jesse.
I think the play was right. I think the idea was right. It looks like her counterpart up there was just kind of a little too far in front of her. Great idea by Frankie to lay that off. She drew both defenders. She drew the keeper out. They're all on and just lays it off. Tucks it away, but offsides position for Crestview. Frankie Dinsmore just creating things with an individual effort right now, just working hard, just touching the ball forward and making Loudonville defenders retreat. Then she is just getting forward and creating some things just by some pace and just tenacity to get the ball.
You can tell her and McKinney have a decent connection. She knows where to be when Dinsmore comes up into the offensive attacking area. And the Cougars do an excellent job there of shutting down the attack of the Birds.
Brindley Youngin with a good run, and I think the ball just held up a little bit on her. The idea was right, playing in the corner of the space there, and just not quite enough on it. Sometimes if you're used to playing on turf, and you get to, this looks like to be a little bit higher grass than normal, you got to play the ball just a little bit harder to kind of find that space, let the ball roll for you. But it takes a minute or two, a touch or two to get used to that.
And here on the football field, it's significantly more narrow than it would be on a typical soccer pitch, so it changes the dynamics of the game just a little bit.
Absolutely, especially here, because you can see the soccer lines are almost the same to the football lines, and it's usually a considerably bit wider if possible, and sometimes stadiums just don't allow for that. So, Crestview, I think, in the past recent years have moved over to the football field to be able to use the lights, and the stadium for this year, certainly the bleachers with the COVID restrictions is more accommodating to that, but along with that, you may lose a little bit of field size here.
Could have some impact here for Loudonville, who said that kind of their go-to, what they were going to try to make happen tonight was play it out wide and let some of their wingers bring it in.
You haven't really seen that effectively from Loudonville yet. I think that's kind of the role of Brindley Youngin here on the outside, number 19. She's gotten a couple touches. She gets into the middle of the field and tries to make a play, just has not quite connected yet to make something happen for Loudonville.
McFarland throws it into the middle, has Leaper.
I don't think either team has a really fluid offense. I think it's a lot of just individual effort, just to get a touch and just to be aggressive and see if you can beat a defender and see what happens after that. I mean, especially when Crestview can play it. If they can find that ball in, that's a dangerous ball. A good play by the keeper to get off her line and get that ball. But I think that's what Crestview is looking to do. Just kind of play it in front of your strikers, let them run onto it, create a little bit of chaos, and see if you can just touch the ball forward and get a goal out of it.
That definitely seems to be the strategy. They are not afraid to just send it forward and let their speedy forwards go up there and try to make some plays.
Yeah, and if you're the Loudonville keeper, you got to play off your line a little bit. You got to be leery of that ball, but also you got to be careful that you don't get chipped when you're out so far that they just put the ball in over top of you in the back of the net.
So far, we have not been able to see Sydney Paulin get much of any type of momentum going with the ball. Been so good so far early in the season, just hasn't had too many opportunities.
Another good ball in there to Frankie. Oh, I think I'd like to see her take a touch forward and she can have a shot at goal there. She's trying to find her teammate wide. Gets rewarded anyways. Just kept the ball moving. The Loudonville defenders kept sliding back and forth. They just kept that ball bouncing from side to side, and Frankie just finished it in the back of the net.
So at the 31:05 mark, Cougars already on the board 2 times. This time the goal courtesy of Frankie Dinsmore, her 8th of the season. Already has an assist here tonight too.
The marching band loves it. They're excited. They get to play a song. Big moments for all of Crestview. Loudonville struggling a little bit defensively right now. Whenever Crestview gets an attack, Loudonville can just not get rid of the ball to get out of the attack, and Crestview is just, they've got that hustle mentality where they're going to work to keep the ball there, and they've been rewarded with 2 goals in the first 10 minutes of the game.
So Birds here on the road, trailing 2-0. Got shut out here last year, 7-0. So you hope for their sake that doesn't start creeping into their head already. Thoughts of 2019.
Absolutely. Teams are well aware of their previous results against, especially against a local team, a conference team. That's certainly something they're aware of, but you just got to keep playing the game. I think for Loudonville, if you can begin to clean it up defensively, it'll allow you to be better offensively. But when you're just constantly retreating and having to defend for the first 10 minutes of the match, it can make for a long evening.
Looking to flip the field here. Loudonville to the middle. Stevens wasn't able to get a good first touch on it.
It's that kind of play that's kind of costing Loudonville a little bit. It's 2 or 3 times they've had the ball, they've had time with the ball, and they just played it right to Crestview.
Dinsmore battling. You see, she is a bit of a warrior out there, Jesse, not afraid to, go toe-to-toe with anybody.
She just keeps running and just keeps touching the ball forward, takes a hit, just keeps running.
Turns the corner, left-footed shot.
She wants it back. She knows that's not what she wanted to do. She wants it back. She saw her put her hand to her head, and the shot wasn't bad, but the whole back post was open. Her teammate was open. Good idea, though. Good opportunity. I mean, it's just a hustle play. She just worked hard from about 50 yards away, just kept running hard at the ball. The defender could never clear it because of the pressure. And eventually Frankie gets in with a good shot on goal. Loudonville again with a poor clearance right to Crestview. Now those will prove costly. You'll hate yourself in the morning when you just keep getting the ball to the other team you're playing.
Yeah, birds just aren't crisp yet. You can definitely tell they haven't gotten to any type of a flow. And, about 10 minutes in, you'd hope that they would start locking it in a little bit more.
Yeah, some teams thrive on that mentality where they just want to kind of hit the ball and get it out of the area. But Loudonville is not getting the ball out of the area, just kind of touching it still in the same area in Crestview. They have so much pressure, they just win it and they're right back in your face again.
Give and go, leaper from the middle.
Oh, I like the play. Boy, when Crestview gets the ball, they are fun to watch in the attacking third. Just eyes up, keep that player moving. I think everybody just kind of went forward there. If they just kind of sit in those pockets, watch that back line, they'll find that play is going to be on. The Loudonville defenders are not moving without the ball well.
And I can hear the communication down on the field, too, for Crestview. So they're doing a good job of, getting into each other's ears and letting them know where they're going to be on the field.
It's probably the 5th or 6th time I've seen this from Crestview. It's just a hard run down the side. Loudonville tries to keep up and tries to stay in front of the ball. They're getting corner kicks, they're getting goals, they're getting all sorts of things here. But it's certainly been effective coming down the near side of the field to us.
Yeah, this left wing has been very fruitful so far for the Cougs. And again, another opportunity here. McFarland sends it. Oh, just too tall. Nice attempt.
Yeah, I like the opportunity there. I mean, it's a little ambitious, but she kept it right there, just a little high. But Crestview, they're kind of finding their rhythm. The more you see them here, you can see this is the making of a good team right now.
Got our first substitution here. Destiny Lefevre checking in here for Crestview.
Crestview, not a large bench, it looks like. I see maybe 1, 2, 3, maybe 4 players on the bench. Looks like probably 3 that are available to play, so substitutions may be a bit of a premium for Crestview.
Birds still struggling to get it out of their end.
Yeah, I'm just not sure, on a touch like that, she just touched it right into the Crestview attack. You just got to put the ball forward, find your striker a little bit, or if you can't find anyone, just get out of that space and give yourself time to reset and regroup a little bit. But you just don't want to defend for 80 minutes.
Redbirds, showdown.
Birds cleared out, but the Cougars get the throw in. Now the turnover and a chance for Loudonville to get something going their way. Great first touch there.
Oh, that's it.
And now Poland, a chance to trim it to the deficit. Still battling, but the keeper diving on the ball. Great play. Maddie Almond.
Yeah, Sydney Poland with kind of a secondary run right there. I mean, it was a good hard play there by number 14, Adriana Stevens. Just got through a little bit, just a big touch, and she ran onto it. And Sydney Poland followed that second one with just a quick explosive run out of nowhere. Keeper, big save, and a big second save as well. Shot it right at her, and she gets on the ground. Does get a free kick for her efforts there. It's the first bit of offense we saw from Loudonville. So we see there is some speed from Loudonville. I think if they can find a little bit of rhythm to put that ball forward, it may change the game a little bit.
Definitely get a sense of why this Poland girl already has 14 goals on the season. Loudonville's just got to do a better job of getting her more access to the ball here.
Looks like Frankie Densmore. Referee's got some confusion over here. This is a little bit of a difficulty sometimes when you have teams on opposing sides. It's trying to figure out the substitution pattern. Crestview had subs at the line. They were ready to go. Loudonville put somebody up there a little later, and then one referee saw it, one did not. Crestview was looking for a breakaway there, though.
Dinsmore now on the bench here for a couple of minutes. We'll see how long she gets a breather. Is that one off of Bailey Cordray?
Well, it's a tough throw in. Just threw right into the pocket of 3 Crestview players. Nobody for Loudonville near. It's plays like that that'll cost you when you just keep, it's your ball. You've got a kind of essentially a free play, ball in your hands, and you just give it to you just throw it right to the other team.
McKinney out wide. Try to come through with the cross, and last touch off of McKinney. Goal kick.
Yeah, both teams certainly have some speed to get forward a little bit once they get the ball to their feet and be able to attack that space. I think if you're a defender, you just got to be aware of that and try and take away that first touch, take away that angle at the goal. It's a better effort from Loudonville to just get the ball in the area. They didn't keep possession, but certainly it's a different point of attack from Crestview. They're 50 yards away rather than 20.
See the Cougars just kind of all converging, too, to the center of the field that time.
It does. It seems like Crestview almost has more players the way they're swarming the ball. Ooh, bit of a heavy foul there. Crestview is just kind of swarming the ball. They have almost 2 or 3 players near the ball every time Loudonville touches it. And Loudonville's just dropping about 5 or 6 players back in the box, trying to watch out for that Crestview attack.
Off the restart, Leaper sends it forward. She's got some options.
Oh, it's a good job. Oh, it hits the football goalpost. Good shot, though. Good first touch. Just kind of ran through it. Yeah, that's that Crestview style. Is you're going to put the ball in front, and if you're Loudonville, it's tough to turn and clear, and Crestview just runs through that clearance or runs through the turn opportunity and takes that touch forward and gets – that's probably their 5th or 6th goal opportunity just by running through the play.
There was Anna McFarland on the latest shot attempt. Just missed with that one, too. That was pretty close to being on the money. So we're approaching the midway point here of half number 1. Lady Cougs on top, 2-0, 23:40 to go.
Yeah, Crestview certainly a lot of quality chances. 2 goals, maybe 3 near goals, 1 goal called back. They're certainly getting forward. With the speed of Sydney Pullen is kind of fun to watch. I mean, just takes off sprinting there.
And I like the idea by Taylor Eads there, the midfielder. Just go ahead and send it forward, see if Sydney can catch up to it.
Absolutely. That's certainly the most quality attack they can get is just put it in front of Sydney, let her speed do some work for her, and see if she can't get the first touch on the ball.
Birds looking to press forward, but the Cougars, at least momentarily, have possession. Good battle in the midfield, won by Templeton.
See if they can complete a pass. Yep. Sydney was checking back to the ball, and her teammate played in front of her, played out of bounds a little bit anyways, but that's you got to read your teammate's position there. Her feet were showing to her. She's coming back to the ball, and her teammate just played in front of her, and another costly turnover for Loudonville.
Crestview actually shut down trying to come in off the near side this go-around.
It's probably the first time I think of where they didn't get all the way into the attacking third. There's a good ball in there. Just lots of pressure from Crestview. There it is. Loudonville cannot get that first touch turned out of that area, and Crestview just runs through it every time.
Turnover off the layback. And that one just headed out of play.
Looks like Loudonville may have put Sydney Pullen on the outside, give her a little more space on the run on the wing here, and see if she can't get something going forward.
Throw in taken away from Meads, and now Leaper.
It's the wrong call by the referee, and their defender dropped, and he missed it, I think. Offsides, though, for Crestview. Loudonville, I think they're young teams, and certainly when you're a young team, there are things you can do well and you can be excited about. And then you'll see kind of those young team probably not so good at things. A free kick like that, and you play the ball out of bounds.
Sure,
that's one of those young team mistakes where you hope you learn your lesson. You don't see that more than once in a game or even in a season, really. But there are pros and cons to being young. Certainly, the negative of the experience you'll see in mistakes like that.
One of their assistant coaches, Seth Youngin, had a little conversation with me before the game, and with this young roster, he at least did say that they've seen some progression throughout the year, that they feel like they are getting better week to week, that players are being very coachable. So, taking the right steps. Just right now on the road, Cougars looking like the better team here early.
And if you've got a young team, that's got to be the goal. Is you want to get better every practice, every game, every week. That's got to be kind of the idea is you just want to keep improving, and then by the end of the year, then by the end of the season, all of a sudden you've got yourself a pretty good team on your hand, and then that builds well for the future as well.
Salser tried to bring it back to her right leg, and Ann Schultz now pushes it forward for the Birds. Ball's going to stay, well, I guess that rolled out. Looks like there's only like 6 inches different between the soccer pitch and then the football field.
Riley Salser is just attacking this left side and having a fun time out there, being able to get forward, get her touch going, and start looking towards the goal. A lot of pace from Riley.
This is a Crestview team coming off one of the best years in program history. 16 wins for them, even though they got a new coach this year. Expectations have not changed, Elizabeth Webb said. She said the kids fully anticipated that they would have another quality campaign and that they put in the hard work during the offseason to make it happen. Is this a great look?
McFarland with a terrific ball in. Frankie, right at the keeper. Oh, it's a shot she's going to want back. Good ball in by Anna McFarland. Yeah, certainly if you're Crestview, you had a tremendous season, maybe one of the best in program history. Probably ended maybe a bit unexpectedly after you beat Mansfield Christian twice in the regular season. And they came back in the, I think in the district or the sectional finals to win that. But obviously a very talented team, and certainly they lost some key players from that, but they brought some key players back. And so that's what you want to see is what can they do now that they kind of they'll have more touches on the ball, more minutes in the field, maybe more key opportunities for them. And you see right now that they could still get forward and score some goals.
And one kid that's been waiting for this year, I'm told, was Dinsmore, who, being behind a couple of the studs like Campo and Leaper over the last couple of seasons, this was finally her opportunity as a junior to step in there and be a full-time starter. And at this point, so far, has been taking full advantage, doing a nice job.
Absolutely, scoring some goals, and her ability just to get forward in the attack quickly and just take the ball away from the defender and just poke it forward is kind of creating a counterattack in the attacking third that is a great luxury to have if you're Crestview.
Mary Leaper off the free kick, drills that one. Some pretty nice sauce on it, but out wide, really nobody home there.
Yeah, maybe a little miscue of what they're trying. I'm not sure if it was a shot. She put a little wide there, but not much of action for the Crestview attacking as they were waiting for that ball to be played in. I think maybe they thought it was going to be a shot as well. Not much movement there, though. This has been a key point for Loudonville, is not being able to get this ball, even off a goal kick, get it in the end. And there it is again. Played it backwards first, and then right to Crestview's feet, and then Frankie with a good ball in. Riley hung up at the top just a little bit.
Just a little bit too much on that cross. And it'll roll out of play, so goal kick coming up here for the Redbirds.
One of the things that have been costly for the Redbirds is this stop ball play. The throw-ins, the free kicks, the goal kicks. They could just not really get that get the ball even to a teammate at that point. Last time they played it backwards to a teammate, she played it right to Crestview's feet. You want to clear it or you want to get that ball forward. And again, right, Crestview gets the first touch off a free kick there, or a goal kick for Loudonville.
Now Dinsmore double team, lays it back. Circling away is now a Salser. Now on the cross, keeper goes to the ground to make the save.
It's a good save. I mean, she kind of spilled it a little bit and got right on top of it. Because that's something, if you don't get right away, it's going to be a tap-in goal for Crestview. So big save there for the keeper for Loudonville.
Birds shoot this one up the middle, looking for Youngin to try to make something happen.
Poor clearance there from Crestview. Brindley getting good touch, get inside of the field, see if she can make a play. Ooh, they were close. They're getting closer there. That's the difference right now between the two teams is Crestview got the ball defensively and got it out of that area and then got in the attack, where Loudonville has got the ball defensively but just cannot clear it to kind of reset the possession.
Yeah, that's a great point as Frankie comes charging right side, takes a tumble, and she's going to get a whistle.
I don't know if it's a corner kick or a free kick. I mean, he isn't quite pointed. It looks like it's going to be a corner kick here.
Corner kick.
Wasn't sure if maybe Frankie got the call out wide.
She did go down a little quick short corner here by Crestview. Good ball in, back post.
Leaper was there. Just missed getting a piece of her dome on it.
Over the head of Leaper, and then just kind of scoots past the next Crestview player as well. Cole Falk shot from about 25 yards.
And then scooped up, so the Redbirds staying clean here over about the last 20-plus minutes. Still 2-0. If you're just joining us, 2 goals in the first 8 minutes, 55 seconds. McKinney and Dinsmore.
Oh, what a touch. Oh, nothing from the referee. Saw a bit of the arm go up for Loudonville. She went down. She took a heavy touch, so may have gotten off her foot. Maybe that's what the referee saw, but certainly there was some contact there.
Looked like Eads and Malterich ran into each other, almost both fell over for the Redbirds.
I think their contact with each other prevented them from kicking the ball out of bounds, so it's their throw.
Yeah, I think you're right. It kind of worked out.
That's how they planned it. That's how they drew it up. They practiced that. There's Loudonville, kept possession on their throw-in. Bit of a heavy touch from Brindley there, took it too far.
Just haven't been able to get anything really building up offensively.
Oh, keeper broke a little late.
Cordray on the charge, back to Dinsmore, finds the back pocket. 3-0 now for the Lady Cougs.
I think it was Mary Leaper initially, but though the first ball is great. The keeper sits on her line too long, breaks late for it, and then Crestview just gets forward, gets that first touch, that first shot, forces the keeper into save. Frankie Dinsmore cleans it up back to the net. Goal number 2 for Frankie Dinsmore.
Having a heck of a contest, been involved with all 3 Lady Cougars goals up to this point, 2 goals and an assist.
Yeah, I like the way she plays. Just effort. I mean, she's obviously talented, but effort is what's setting her apart right now. She's just running past players, getting the first touch forward, looking to create for her teammates, just doing a lot of good things for Frankie Dinsmore.
And Crestview showing out here in front of the marching band in their last performance of the year.
It probably is a fun environment, due to the COVID restrictions. You don't get to play in front of large crowds really this year. So the marching band gets to be here. This may have tripled the attendance that they normally get just because of restrictions and letting the marching band in. So students and peers and friends are all here. We're getting to watch you compete against a crosstown rival.
That's a fair point. And we got here a couple hours before the match started, and the marching band, they've been outside practicing this entire time, Jesse. So, they knew the spotlight. This was their last opportunity to fill it up. And right now, getting a lot of chances to play for some goals here.
Hey, the marching band, they need some credit too. So this is a big night for everybody here in Crestview. The throw-in for Loudonville. What I'd like to see is, can you keep possession off this throw-in and not throw it right at Crestview? And Crestview gets the first touch. Bit of an unfortunate first touch, and then
Redbirds still yet to come up with a shot attempt.
Let's see if she can play her in. She looked up and saw it and took the touch kind of away from her. There it is. That's a great ball by McFarland.
Shoots it up the middle.
Dinsmore just works hard to get that inside shoulder and not let the defender turn the ball in or out. Just gets in front of him and just tries to make a play.
Cordray down the end line. Nothing really materialized there.
Yep, she worked hard to win the ball back. If she just plays it away from the keeper back to Dinsmore, I think you see the 4th goal of the night for the Cougars.
Leaper, excellent job of winning the ball there in the midfield.
And she's done a nice job in the middle of just winning it and distributing. Has a couple key passes forward of beating the defenders with one pass.
Here she is again. Sends it up, left foot.
That's a terrific ball.
She's got her friend Dinsmore.
Ooh. The keeper does well to get off her line and get that, though, because that's a great ball, and it's peeling away from the keeper. Dinsmore saw it all the way. Keeper for Loudonville. Right place, right time. That's a good save.
Can Loudonville get something going here offensively before the half? Now under 12 and a half minutes to go. Cougars have pretty much lived in the attacking third here.
Absolutely, Loudonville gets in on the counterattack every once in a while, but they've struggled to kind of keep possession, struggled to string a few passes together, and that makes it difficult when you can't get the ball out of your own area, especially when you place a team who has the ability to score like Crestview. Another throw-in right to Crestview. It's got to be frustrating for the coach to just watch your team give the ball away continually.
Birds break that one up. And again, throw in this time, I think, is going to go over to Loudonville.
Yeah, what I'd like to see, this has been probably the 10th time for Loudonville's throw-in, is they have a player gets in front of the player and then just throw it past the player, and then Crestview gets the first touch every time. I think you got to throw it to her feet and just so you can keep possession, let her turn or play the ball back. Just trying to do the big play too much for Loudonville.
Physical play that time by Leaper, draws the whistle.
There's another free kick for Loudonville. Let's see if they can make something of it here. Maybe just keep possession, put the ball in the attacking third for them. Not had a lot of chances going forward. This is a chance to kind of put the ball in the box and run onto it.
Templeton, who just checked in, delivers the free kick, plays it low, finds a teammate though. Now back to her. But she can't handle, and here comes the Cougars back the other way.
With the Crestview team just plays this kind of just tough physical style where if you're going to try and turn into them, they're going to poke the ball away. It's good pressure. They don't back down. They don't turn away from the ball. They're just going to run right at you and make it difficult for you to clear it. So certainly we've been talking about Loudonville, but Crestview has not made it easier on the Loudonville defense by just the pressure they put on. It's a play like that. Like, she never gave up on the play. So instead of Loudonville getting the ball going forward, they go back a few yards. Now they got to try and throw it in from a little farther away.
That's like the toughness of Crestview. A lot of these players out here, you can see that they come charging right into the teeth of the defense. They don't mind giving up a couple bumps and bruises, getting in there and try to win some free balls.
Absolutely, they're a physical team. It's interesting. They only have 3 subs, so that's a tough way to play. If they play that way for 80 minutes throughout the year with limited subs, that's an impressive style of play with limited numbers. That's a big throw by Crestview. Frankie Dinsmore is going to see if she can get some pressure on it.
Bit of a dangerous clear there by Lindy Hahn. But Loudonville regains possession, looking to play it here down the near side, and it trickles out of play.
Couple subs. Riley Salser checking back in, who had a good opening debut on the left side here.
Along with McKinney, who had the opening goal of the match. Leaper going deep, headed out of play that time by Templeton.
Come to that long throw again. They certainly beat him earlier with a long throw.
Leaper looking to switch fields here for the Cougars.
Looking at Crestview's schedule here, this is certainly, they're going to end up probably with, I would say, at least 10 or 11 wins on the season, possibly more. They've got a talented team that's going to get forward and score some goals. Their schedule's not super tough as it has been in years past when they played the likes of Ontario and some of the local bigger schools. But so this is going to be a talented team. It's a team you got to be careful come tournament time. You probably don't want to match up with these guys because they're going to keep getting better. A lot of them are getting a lot of those first minutes or first kind of big time minutes. And I think they're just going to get better. The more they figure out offensively, kind of the positioning and alignment of each other, I think it's going to be a team that's going to score a lot of goals.
And certainly there's players out there, like you mentioned, they're getting a lot of minutes with only 3 subs.
Absolutely.
So they are going to rack up that varsity time here.
It's not really a secret to Crestview's attack. They're not looking to play the ball much through the middle of the field. What they do well, though, is they play the ball in front of their strikers. They can run onto it. They try and get that first touch. If they don't get the first touch, they're going to take the second touch off your toes from Loudonville.
Throwing the leaper back to Almond, who sends it forward.
It's a good turn in the middle of the field. Oh, 2 good touches there. I like what she's doing.
That was Taylor Eads, but then misfires trying to hook up with Molitrich on the outside.
Another freshman. A lot of freshmen getting some minutes here for Loudonville. Certainly it's part of their season, part of their structure right now. You're giving a lot of away minutes to young players to let them develop, let them learn about the game at this level, at this speed, this size. So you'll see moments of things you like and you enjoy and you can build upon. You'll see moments of frustration. And it's kind of the joys of playing freshmen. A
lot of freshmen having, big varsity minutes and experience here, certainly for the girls early in the campaign in our area.
Absolutely. We've seen a lot of talented freshmen, even sophomores as well. Sydney Pollen does well to just get a touch inside and try and make something happen.
But you see 3 Crestview defenders all waiting for her. And, they game plan to kind of try to take Sydney out of today's contest. And so far they're doing a great job. She's really only had about 1-2 chances.
Yeah, I think you're exactly right. And that was kind of off the second. That was good play in there to the box. And for as good as Crestview is, they've had a few defensive miscues where they just don't clear the ball effectively sometimes. And Loudonville gets to kind of linger around and play like this. That's a good shot on goal.
Anna Templeton had it brought back to her. And now this one rips from outside.
Yeah, this is a good. She's playing the center back role. She's gotten up. She got, took a quality touch forward. Two shots or near shots on goal there. So again, a freshman contributing at this level, it's always good for Loudonville to see. You love to see this part of your program. We've got freshmen not just playing varsity, but contributing at a high level and doing some good things out there.
Clock now rolling under 6 minutes to go here in the opening half, where it's been pretty much all Cougars. They have dictated most of the pace of play. It's one of the rare times that Loudonville has kept it in the offensive attacking side of the field. As Youngin fighting, scrambling. Bodies hit the deck. Ball loose.
Not everybody's yelling for a call. The referees. So he's checking on. I'm not sure what's going on, actually. I don't think he blew the whistle. Everybody kind of stopped as if he did. Loudonville wanted a PK, but I thought Brindley Youngin kind of came in from behind. And
looks like the ball kind of fell into a Crestview defender's lap when she was on the ground, so maybe an inadvertent
it could have been a call for a handball. Yeah, I couldn't really tell from this angle if maybe it hit her hand or she picked it up or something, but certainly everybody wanted to call, and there was no call, and we continue on.
Cougars looking to keep the pressure on. So they've got numbers moving forward.
We've seen that play a few times for Loudonville. They're getting better at it. They're not quite executing it correctly. They're finding their striker. She's trying to play the ball in the corner, but ends up playing just holding up the momentum of her wing player a little bit. If you just play the ball a little deeper in the corner, she can run onto it. She can kind of turn towards goal and not break her stride. And that's what you're trying to do is keep momentum going, keep defenders guessing and running, and just keep that ball moving a little more fluid. And Loudonville, they're certainly getting better, but they don't quite have it yet to keep that ball just in play.
Look at Leaper. Just constant pace, pressure. Winning just about every ball that she's involved with in the middle of the field.
So Anna McFarland maybe getting tended to on the sidelines there, maybe a little bit of an injury.
Templeton into Youngin, who's had a nice little stretch here as of late.
Yeah, certainly she's picked it up a little bit, and she got a little more aggressive, has some positive touches going forward and creating some things for Loudonville. If you can keep that pace for 80 minutes, I don't know, but certainly it's a different player from the beginning of the game till now. There's been about a 5-minute stretch where she's just been dangerous going forward, and Crestview's not really had an answer for her yet.
She's got 6 goals already on the year. So her and Paulin certainly have been the big playmakers for the Loudonville Redbirds so far early in the campaign. So we'll see if they can get some momentum going here offensively. They've had a nice stretch as of late.
Crestview plays that ball and just kind of hooks it into the middle well. I mean, the ball's at this nearly out of bounds. She just hooks it right in the middle of the field. Loudonville defended that one correctly, but there's been a couple times where it's the middle of the field and she just kind of plays that ball right in front of her striker. They run onto it and looking for goal-scoring opportunities there.
Collins throws, nice turn, Leaper. Sets up for the right foot, into the box. Keeper misplays, and then wisely just dives on it.
I don't think the shot's not bad there. I think she's got the foot to hit from there. I think she's kind of going away from the goal and doesn't get her body planted, her foot planted back towards the goal. Ends up not hitting probably as hard as she wants. But I like the idea of the shot there. That's a good pass by Leaper.
Set up by McKinney. And smashed out by Anna Templeton.
You know, what Leaper does so well is wherever she receives the ball in the field, she knows how to put it in the dangerous area. Whether she's 20 yards away or 50 yards away, she has found someone. There's one pass, maybe we'll make a play out of it.
Counterattack chance here for the Birds as we get close to the 2-minute mark.
That's an effective 1-2 there from Loudonville. We've not seen a lot of that. See Poland going forward a little bit.
Pollen from way outside, probably 23 yards away or so.
There's been a little bit of life in this Loudonville team the past couple of minutes here. They're getting the ball to their striker all of a sudden. They're playing aggressive going forward. It's been a different team than maybe the first 30 minutes of the match.
They have sort of won the battle of possession, I'd say, over about the last 5 minutes. Unfortunately for them, only about 90 seconds remain here in the first half. So we'll see if they can ride this momentum and get like at least a shot attempt here.
Yeah, well, there's no doubt Loudonville certainly has some talented players. I think their struggle was they could not find them. They were not completing any passes at all. So, man, once they started putting 1 or 2 passes together and moving some defenders, all of a sudden you found some space to work with. You found some momentum going forward. So I think that's going to be a talking point at halftime is you got to play with your head up. You got to find the open players. That's a much better ball from Loudonville that we're not seeing in the first opening minutes of the game.
Poland able to run out. Pushes it to the corner.
It's a good ball in. That's all right. Boy, Loudonville has found some attacking presence here.
That they have. Nicely set up Emma Templeton that time.
You know what I like to see is certainly when you got a young team and you get down early, there's a tendency to you've not learned to battle back yet. But the more I watch Loudonville, the more I'm realizing that they've got some players who can play. They certainly have the capability. It's just going to be, can you string a few passes together and ooh, a little miscue maybe defensively. Everybody kind of left the ball go. It was away from the goal, so no big deal.
Looks like Leaper probably just take her time, send this thing just before the whistle here. As her Lady Cougars are going to take it into the half with a 3-0 advantage. They looked fantastic in the early portion. Loudonville, about the last 7 minutes or so, started to get a bit more aggressive and find some combinations that were working out. We'll take a break and be back. Got some halftime entertainment coming up courtesy of the Crestview Marching Band. Keep it here.
We are uniting Park National's family banks under one name to serve you more.
This bank's about service to the community.
I mean, your customers become your family, and by and large, you become their family.
Customers do come in and they do feel like they're a part of our family, and they feel like they know us and we know them and we care.
Park National, our family of banks, all together now.
Subscribe or be subscribed.
Folks, we are at the half here at Scott Bailey Memorial Field, where Crestview is on top 3-0 over visiting Loudonville. And now, sit back, relax, and enjoy the marching pride here of Crestview.
Wrote this song as a "Can't We All Just Get Along" back in his youth. The chart peaked at number 2 on the American Top 40 and was featured on the video game Rock Band 3. So enjoy as we play "Walking on the Sun." The MCP second number is a tune that was originally written by Neil Diamond, was made famous by the Monkees, and then was covered by Smash Mouth for the movie Shrek. Smash Mouth also released this song on their self-titled album in 2001, where it hit number 25 on the Hot 100 chart. Featuring our color guard and our majorettes, here is I'm a Believer. We close our show by bringing you Smash Mouth's most famous song. This song peaked at number 1 in the U.S. as well as many other countries. It also went 3 times platinum here in the States. The band came up with this song as a daily affirmation that life, in general, is good. So even if you think you aren't the sharpest tool in the shed, know that the Marching Cougar Pride still thinks you are an all-star.
Well said.
The Marching Cougar Pride would like to thank the community for their unending support during these trying times. Good night, and go Cougars!
Fantastic halftime entertainment here by the Crestview Cougar Marching Band, and shout out to a couple of the Lady Cougars players out there. We've seen some baton twirlers, as well as I think like a clarinet player. Some multi-talented ladies on the team.
I'm pretty sure I saw some sword tossing as well from the keeper.
No
and
doubt.
I believe there's sisters out there. And listen, I don't know that I could do any of what I just saw from the marching band or anybody else, but that was an impressive halftime show. But what's really interesting right now is I'm watching the keeper and some of the girls get their cleats back on, and you've got to get in that mindset. That is something, as a player, I've never experienced, where you at halftime you go and you perform again in a completely different area, and then you go back to a conference game where it's getting to be a bit of a battle here the more we played that first half.
You're right. The confidence level for Loudonville just continued to grow over about the last 10 minutes or so, where they dictated a bit of the pace of play. I would say actually probably most of it towards the end of the first half, and we'll see if they can keep that momentum rolling here into half number 2.
Yeah, we've talked about Loudonville a little bit. Certainly, this is a team that's experienced some success. They're a younger team. Took a bad loss to Mansfield Christian, got I think an 8-0 loss there, but they've done the same to some other teams as well. So certainly they're capable of scoring some goals and doing some good things. So I think it's just, can you put it together? Can you connect the ball defensively to the mid, to the attacking area, and keep the pressure on Crestview to play some defense and not just let them attack the whole second half?
Birds have certainly proven that they can score throughout the year, like you mentioned. Their opening match this year put up 9 in a win over Galleon, 3 in a win over Mapleton, 7 against West Holmes. The bad loss against Mansfield Christian, 0-8 as you alluded to, but their last match, 5-0 on the road at Worcester Triway. So this is a team that, they can find the back of the net.
Absolutely, and you see that ability with some of their front players here with Youngin and Sydney as well. They've got the ability, they've got some speed, they've got some skill. So I think the more they can kind of put things together and keep the ball, I think the more we'll see them in the attack. The struggle has been, though, is keeping the ball. Defensively, they've struggled to clear it. They've struggled to keep the ball. And so when you give a team who's got some scores as well, like Crestview, when you keep giving them the ball, it doesn't bode well for your offense.
Got to give a lot of credit, I think, to Leeper and Collins on the other side for Crestview, dominating much of the action in the midfield here today, just not allowing Loudonville to try to get it up to their top scorers and their forwards.
Yeah, that's fair. I think watching Frankie Dinsmore play is a fun thing because she's running fast, and all of a sudden she just gets faster and just kind of gets that second gear, and all of a sudden she's past the Crestview defenders. I think here's going to be an example of that. She gets the first touch on the ball. Loudonville does well to shield her off. That's the first time I've seen Loudonville kind of shield her out of the way and not let her use her speed there.
And you see Bailey, when she actually bumps into Dismore, kind of lost her footing. So she's got a stout base, this Frankie, and that's an excellent shut up. And the shot re-deflected by Jackie Renner.
Now, Jackie Renner's had a nice game. She's given up 3 goals in the first half, but she's played well. A lot of big saves. Also a sophomore, a young player. Learning. This is when you play against a team like Crestview, can score some goals. You're going to get some learning experience in the goalie position back there, and she's made some big saves so far.
So Crestview, much like they did in the first half, getting to work here early in half number 2. As the Redbirds look to flip the script and out of play sets up a Cougar throw-in.
There's some confidence in the Loudonville that I didn't really see in the first 25, 30 minutes even of the game, where they're got some skill moves in the middle of the field. They're looking to get forward to a bit of the attack. I didn't see that a lot early in the game, but now they look like a little bit of a different team here. I think if they can get some momentum going, we could have a good game here to finish things up.
I think a goal could go a long ways for the Birds, but instead it's the Cougars looking to get another one.
A goal kick for Loudonville. They struggled here, and what should be not an easy play, but certainly a play where you can keep possession and kind of look to get in the attack. They have not found the connecting pass out of this goal kick yet. They tried playing it long and couldn't get it there. They tried playing it short. And again, Crestview's first to the ball again. I think there's a couple things factored in there. One of its positioning is Loudonville just kind of sitting in, just kind of waiting for the ball to be played to them and then waiting for it to get there. And Crestview is not interested in waiting. They are going to run to that first touch, run to beat you to the ball. And that's the difference in these goal kicks right now. Quick corner kick there by Crestview.
Yeah, running to set up the corner kick too. That one's put in the box by Collins.
Oh, that ball just kept rolling right to the Crestview players, but they could not find the back of the net there.
Heady play by Peyton that time. Just kicked it right off the shin guards of the defender, though the official changes his call and gives the throw-in here to the Birds.
Yeah, I thought it might have been out first, and looks like the referee didn't call it first, and then saw it, and then gave it to her. That's a good ball in again there by Leaper.
Gets it to McKinney, who has it deflected off of her, and now another goal kick coming up for Loudonville.
Yeah, the Crestview midfield just can play the ball into the middle area from wherever they are, whether they're on the outside of the field, the middle of the field, 30 yards, 40 yards, 50 yards away. They can find that right player at the right spot and look to get a goal-scoring opportunity. What seemingly looks like nothing, and all of a sudden they're facing the goal with a striker going forward.
Here comes Renner. Loudonville trying to clear it, but like they did in the first half, struggling a bit.
Referee's called throw-in for Loudonville.
See if the Birds can find some feet. Had tough times on their throw-ins here tonight, but maintaining possession here. Bailey just cannot seem to get it out of that corner along with Eads.
Yeah, sometimes you just kind of smack that ball out of there and try not to dribble all over the place, but you can't really complete the pass for it, but you just want to get the ball out of that area to not give away a shot.
Loudonville's got pretty much just everybody back defensively. 10 girls right now, kind of packed in their defensive end.
Yeah, and that factors in a little bit of, when you clear the ball 10 or 15 yards and everybody's behind the ball already, you're just going to have to stay behind the ball and just kind of keep defending. But that's probably not the strategy you're looking for. My guess is they want to find their striker. They just have not been able to do that yet.
They found a lot of success there towards the end of the first half, getting the ball to Brinley Youngin, who here she goes right now, right on cue.
That's their first time. I think they kind of completed a bit of a combination off a goal kick there, played it short, and then their defender played it long to Youngin, who took a turn, and now all of a sudden you've changed the point of attack. You have the ball on your side of the field, and you're trying to look to the goal here rather than having to defend. So that's a big play. It doesn't seem like much, but it's been a struggle for Loudonville so far.
Just mentally to get actually on the attack and not constantly be on the defensive here.
Oh, that's the right play. What a ball. I don't know. It was close. It was real close. I saw McKinney was definitely offside. I thought Densmore may have stayed on, but referee is right there on the line. I'm sure he's never wrong, so it looks like he's made the right call.
Whistle goes against Paulin here. Little hip toss.
She's working to get the ball. I have no problem with that foul, and she's just trying to get her body in front of it. And we've not seen that a lot from Loudonville, where they're trying to get the first touch on a ball in the air. It certainly is a different. There it is again. I mean, the ball's 60 yards away, and she puts it right at the PK spot.
That's beautiful. Anna McFarland charging one-on-one with the keeper, and she's going to win that battle. 4-0 Cougars at the 33-22 mark.
I mean, think that was probably at the 40-yard line on the other side of the field for the football field. Just drops it right onto the PK spot. And Ann McFarland's running forward. It's just speed. She just outran the Loudonville defenders. Loudonville had to turn to go get it. She was facing the right way. Runs through it, gets the first touch on it, and just tucks it in the back corner of the net. It's a bit of a momentum crusher for Loudonville. They sort of do some good things. That was coming out of an attack where they had a foul called. I think Crestview capitalized on that free kick and got a goal out of it.
And I thought if Loudonville in the second half could have struck first, that we could see a different match. Now with Crestview in that, it's a big commanding 4-0 lead now.
Yeah, commanding, and it's Loudonville's not put a lot together where you feel that threat that they could bring 4 goals all of a sudden. But you're right, if they could have scored first, that would have changed momentum, maybe changed the course of the game a little bit, at least put some pressure on Crestview to clean it up defensively. But Crestview sits on top 4-0 right now.
And Schultz with the throw-in. Malatrich off the defender, or maybe not. Yeah, it will be a corner kick. Set piece opportunity coming up here for Loudonville.
I don't know. We've seen a lot of corner kicks for Loudonville here, so we'll see what they can do here. Maybe they got a little bit of trickery here, just some proper execution off the corner kick. It's a chance to do something in front of your own goal.
6 players up on the attack here for the Birds. Played in well.
Oh, it's a good ball. Yeah, Loudonville It was a little deep for where Loudonville's runs went. Most of them went near post. She played it to the back post, but.
And Schultz, who's got the throw in, was the closest to that corner kick opportunity.
The referee had signaled the other way for the throw-in. She took it, and he didn't care, so it's fine. Just keep the game going. No one minds.
Opportunistic there.
Another corner kick for Loudonville. I like the ball she played in last time. The runs didn't quite match the area of the ball, but let's see what they can do here. Certainly she's got the ability to put the ball in the box. It's another good ball. Oh, the keeper played it well.
Maddie Almond does a nice job of gobbling that one up. That was smoked right at her.
And she's one of those sword catchers at halftime. She caught the sword. She catches the corner kick. She does it all.
Probably no big deal catching a soccer ball after you've been tossing swords around at halftime.
I guess. Yeah, well, it's easier. I don't know. Corner kicks are difficult, but, I mean, she came out and got it. But swords, man, that's a whole new level. I've never tried that.
I don't really think it's life or death, Jesse, when you got a corner kick flying at you.
That's fair. That's a valid point. That is the first time I've seen Loudonville win that battle defensively against Dinsmore. I mean, normally she's getting forward, she's taking that touch and going right to the goal, but Loudonville just kept the pressure, got back in front of the ball, and was able to clear it out of there.
Yeah, props Anna Templeton making that play happen for the Birds.
Crestview.
Throw-in leaper over the heads of the defenders. Now sent in Dinsmore. No problem, though, for Renner.
Good idea to play the ball, and I think if you just play a little bit away from the keeper, it's a goal-scoring opportunity rather than giving away to the keeper, but it just works hard to get the ball in opportunistic areas. And here we go. The referee's going to look to fix the clock now.
The clock is wrong.
Yeah, we only got a minute 25 showing right now on the clock. Should be right around 29 minutes is my guess.
Those in the green shirt need to tell me what is correct.
30-44.
So 30 minutes, 24 seconds is what remains here in the match.
There's a little bit of a clock malfunction here. Referee's trying to get things straightened out. Everybody gets a little bit of a break, trying to get things reset.
Yeah. Stop the clock. It is stopped.
There's the athletic director, Tim Kuhn, trying to put out the fire here.
This is why he gets paid the big bucks right
That's
here.
right. Former Crestview quarterback. Son Ross Kuhn is senior, playing quarterback on Friday night. We will be back over here with a live broadcast for the Cougars' Friday night football game against Western Reserve. Big Firelands Conference matchup there. Rough Riders, one of the co-defending champs of the league. Crestview wants to be in the mix for the conference title this year, but man, they just got smoked on Saturday at St. Paul, but seems to happen to just about everybody, Jesse.
Yeah, St. Paul they are a football program. They year in and year out, somehow they just have tremendous teams there, and volleyball as well. For a school, it's always interesting to me as schools that size can just annually be good at the same sport every time. It's an impressive thing, but their football program is tremendous.
How about you see the athleticism there of the athletic director? How about Tim making the play over the fence to get up here?
I'd like to see the time on that. I mean, that was pretty good. I don't know if we have replay available on that, but he got in there quickly. Certainly his job well done.
He gets a standing ovation, too, from a few fans down here in the stands. So we're back to business here.
What a day. We got throwing swords, clock malfunction. What a night of soccer we have here in Crestview.
A little bit of everything in Cougar country. They know how to entertain, no doubt.
Jackie Renner's had herself a nice game. She's been busy, certainly, but she's not afraid to get down and make the save she needs to get. And I think her aggressiveness has come out and just prevented a lot more Crestview goals. Certainly they've got 4, but she's getting off her line a little bit. She's shutting down some of those second and third opportunities by getting quick back on the deflection. She's doing a nice job back there defensively for the Redbirds.
And I think you pulled up her numbers at halftime. She's got, 40-plus saves already on the season, so she has been certainly attacked a lot and done a great job.
Yeah, so they've had some interesting scores. They've got a couple games where they score a lot of goals and don't give up a lot of goals, and then had a 7-5 score, which is that's an interesting stat line in soccer and any sport probably really. and then an 8-0 loss to Mansfield Christian, and then some dominant wins as well. So they're kind of all over the place right now. And I think that's what happens when you have a young team. You'll see glimpses in games where your team performs at a high level, and you'll see some of those growing pains, and where your team is not probably where you want them to be at that time. Game's got a little sloppy here ever since the clock stoppage. McKinney ends up just with the ball at her feet going forward.
See if she can make something happen here. Twirling. Now sends it in.
She just did well to keep the ball there. Just kept pulling the ball away from the defender, kept her head up, looking for a play into the box. It's to be a throw-in for Crestview. Ooh, that was close.
Yeah, not a bad stripe. That one just a bit outside, wide left.
Yeah, Leaper certainly has the foot to put a goal in from there. I don't mind the shot. She's open. She's got the time there, just a little bit wide. Loudonville trying to switch the corner on the goal kick here. Looks like their goal kick strategy is certainly different than it was the first half. Looks like that was definitely a talking point in the halftime. Was we don't want to keep giving them the ball in this area, so that they're playing it short and then trying to play it long quickly.
Youngin and Leaper, this is a nice battle. Leaper draws the whistle as she fell to a knee, and that's two good-sized athletes out there going toe-to-toe at the midfield. I like watching that one-on-one.
Yeah, Youngin, for being a freshman, she's certainly an aggressive player, and she works hard to win the ball back, not afraid to get in there and mix it up a little bit, not afraid to foul if she needs to, or do what she needs to do to get the ball. Here we see a little bit of that Loudonville attack. A little bit of a hurried shot there from Sydney. Crestview keeper just maybe wasting a second or two. I'm not sure why she pick it up so fast, but gets it to her hands, and then we're good to go.
Maybe she caught a little bit of wrath of the sword tossing at halftime, a little delicate on the hands. Who knows? That was impressive.
It was impressive. It is interesting. I don't know about swords. Maybe they're not real swords. I don't know. Maybe I should research this a little bit. But if she makes a mistake,
right?
If you're the keeper, you kind of need your
consequences.
Hands to be in good shape. I'm going to have to research this. Saying things live on the air that maybe I have nothing about.
Well, we saw what we saw from up here in the press box.
Certainly looked like real swords from here, that's for sure.
Grace Fogel waiting for the throw in here. Now Will. Headed back towards her by McFarland. And now to the middle of the field. Eads looking for some options. Doesn't really have anybody available right now.
Yeah, not much movement there from Loudonville, and Frankie Didsmore just takes the ball away.
Does it again. Dinsmore now lays it back.
I think we may see a little bit of fatigue here from both teams. Kind of a little bit late challenges, sluggish passes, not much movement off the ball. We talk about the numbers at Crestview. They don't have a lot of players they're rotating in. And Loudonville, they've got some more players, but I think some are just at some different levels right now where not everybody is able to play quality varsity minutes in a game like this.
It is hot tonight. I was out on the field for quite a while before the match. that sun was beaten down, and certainly there was some humidity in the air, so I can understand these athletes slowing down a bit as, just under 26 minutes remains here in half number 2.
Yeah, certainly since we kind of restarted the second half, it's not been a lot of great soccer. There've just been a lot of turnovers, a lot of ball just kind of bouncing around, throw-ins, goal kicks, not a lot of passes being strung together anywhere.
That's a good point. Neither side has really taken control here and, found feet on a consistent basis. So this one's shot forward by Anna Templeton. Popped up in the air. Now the Birds looking to move forward on the attack. Cougar shut it down.
You see Loudonville players kind of walking away from the ball a little bit, and I think there's some fatigue and frustration maybe for Loudonville right now.
And they've kind of routinely here in this match, they've played 4 back basically the entire time, sometimes 5. So, maybe look to get a few more options moving forward. Press on this Cougars defensive unit.
It's the best offensive attack I think I've seen from Loudonville. Just kept possession, kept the ball moving.
Yeah,
They're
good
playing
turn.
with their head up.
Nice turn by Youngin, but just off the mark as she was trying to find Sydney Poland.
Oh, they worked so hard to win that ball back and then just kind of gave it right back to Crestview off the pass.
See if they can keep it here on the offensive side as Hahn came forward and actually whistled there. So free kick coming up for the Cougars and Mary Leeper.
Yeah, let's watch her. She pushes. I mean, there's been a couple times she's had the ball in this distance and just put it right where it needs to go. If you're Loudonville, you got to give a little bit of cushion to Frankie and not let her run on you. Ooh, I think maybe a mishit a little bit by Leeper.
It's going to roll out of bounds just under our camera guy Storm's leg.
That might be the first time I saw Mary Leeper with the ball and she didn't put it right where she needs to put it in the middle of the field. I guess everybody gets one.
She was a heck of an offensive player last year as a sophomore. 18 goals, as I already mentioned. So probably taking on a little bit of a different role this year, playing back as a midfielder.
Yeah, almost more like a defensive mid. You know, she's not really in the attack right now. She just kind of waits for that ball to be kind of cleared out, and she cleans it up, and she puts it right back to where it needs to go. So, yeah, it's certainly a different role. But when you can put Frankie Dinsmore up top, that you probably have that luxury of moving some of your better players around to kind of accommodate that.
Yeah, they've certainly found a star in the making here in Frankie Dinsmore. This one chipped back post by McFarland, and again, just off the mark. She's had a couple of those.
Yeah, she's had a nice game. She works hard to win the ball, works hard to get going forward with the ball. Nice player as well. You know, we talked a lot about Frankie Dinsmore and Leeper, but certainly Anna McFarland is a big contributor as well.
Renner.
I will say this about Loudonville. You know, I harped on those goal kicks in the first half, and the second half has been, I would say, 10 times better. I mean, they're getting the first touch on the ball. They're able to kind of keep possession out of it a little bit. And if you're a coach, you wanted to see improvement. That's a great attack there from Loudonville.
Yeah, it is. Young and on the run.
She missed the play wide, and she got ran off the ball a little bit, but they're starting to find the open player, find the open pass.
Mary Leeper, nice header forward, but whistled off sides. Cordray just maybe about a foot too far. That was close.
Yeah. I mean, I think Loudonville was going forward to get the ball, and Crestview was going forward to go to the goal, and sometimes that's what leads to offsides.
Clock now down to 22 minutes and running as Youngin on the run. Makes a move. Fires just off the mark, Jesse. And that's probably the best opportunity we've seen from Loudonville tonight.
Yeah, you know, her individual foot skills is terrific. There's been a couple times where she just goes at people one-on-one and she creates the space, and there she's able to do it in kind of back-to-back opportunities, and it goes around both of them and just puts the shot a little high and wide, but certainly she has the ability to go forward and do some big things.
Cougars from the goal kick. Well played. Now they're looking to flip the script, sending it forward. Staying onside this time is Cordray, but too far for her.
Yeah, Jackie Renner, that's a tough ball to come out and get because it's just right at the top of your box. So if you're a little late to get it, well, it's going to be a tough play as well.
Oh, Cordray, first touch. Looked like she got tripped up by the kicker.
Yep,
Should jump.
PK, yep, referee's
will.
called it. Yep. We'll see if he gives a card. Sometimes that's, you know, at the higher levels, she was clearly in on goal, and that would be a card. I don't know what we'll see here in high school girls soccer, if the referee will do that as well.
Doesn't look like he's going to penalize Jackie Renner here.
Someone's arguing with the call, and one of the coaching staff for Loudonville, or maybe a fan. The referee is certainly talking over there. It's clearly a PK. I mean, she did what she had to do. You know, if she can make a save here, then certainly it's worthwhile.
Looked like Seth Young, an assistant coach, out, wanting some clarification. As Anna McFarland is going to handle the PK duties here for the Cougars, already leading by 4. Chance to make it a 5-pack. And she pushes it out wide, so dodging a bullet now, Loudonville.
Yeah, interesting approach. She kind of just, I think maybe went for inside of the foot, which is not a normal PK, but just tried to place it, and I think her plant foot was a little wide. She puts it a little wide, and no goal on the PK there.
Yeah, result is what it is.
But that's type play. If you're the Loudonville keeper, you did what you had to do to prevent a goal from being scored. Sometimes that does warrant a card because it was a fast break, or at least a breakaway towards the goal. But she stopped a goal and then was rewarded for efforts, even though it was a foul.
Sometimes it pays off. You see that in basketball as well. Players will have fast breaks, and you'll just intentionally foul them. Avoid them getting that easy 2 points, make them earn it from the free throw line. And same thing here, same concept from the PK. Now Youngin using her body.
Yeah, sure. When she gets the ball, she's definitely got some skill. I think her next step is going to be kind of the vision to look up and see the teammates going forward and kind of see that space a little bit and kind of play into that space, and that will give her space as well. But I think when she gets the ball, she's got the ability and the skill to make some big plays. So I think a lot of it's going to be just kind of vision and learning your teammates' run and style and a little bit of chemistry.
The captain, Templeton, looking for Youngin, headed by Mary, but finds the feet of Liberty Gerhardt. Gets stacked up. And now the Cougars back the other way, Leaper.
Yeah, that's the play there with Youngin. Ooh, takes a bit of a knock in the knee there. Hope she's all right. And Cressview's going to be in on a breakaway here.
Yeah,
Jackie Renner comes out, big play.
Youngin still on the ground as Cordray setting up a nice opportunity there.
Yeah, I saw. She took a touch away from the defender and looked to maybe just knock knees a little bit. I couldn't tell exactly, but certainly she went down. I thought grabbed her knee, so hopefully it's just a bruise or something, nothing serious. You hate to see that, any sort of knee or leg injury in a game like this.
While they tend to Youngin, we will take a quick commercial break. It is 4-0 here, Crestview over Loudonville.
We are uniting Park National's family banks under one name to serve you more.
This bank's about service to the community.
I mean, your customers become your family, and by and large, you become their family.
Customers do come in and they do feel like they're a part of our family, and they feel like they know us and we know them and we care.
Park National, our family of banks, all together now.
Subscribe or be subscribed.
As we welcome you back to Scott Bailey Memorial Fields, Brindley Youngin back up on her feet and over to the sideline, getting tended to by the trainer. Got 18 minutes, 50 seconds remaining here. And Loudonville looking to get to work, trying to get on the board.
Little miscue there. You hate to see it. It was 2-on-1. You had the ball, and then they both thought each other was going to take it, and they did not. They left it, and Crestview came away with it.
Mary Leaper, nice touch on that one.
I'm telling you, she can just put that ball in that PK spot from wherever she's at in the field, right at Jackie Renner.
So Cordray with another shot attempt.
It's a bit of a guessing game for Renner back there. You know, do you come out and try and make a play on the ball, or do you sit in your line, try and hope she shoots at? You know, that's That's tough defensively. I think you got to be aggressive and come out, and it's good play in. A lot of saves tonight for Jackie Renner. She's doing what she needs to do to try and keep the ball out of the back of the net.
She has certainly been tested. As that time McFarland with a shot from probably 45 yards away. Whistle against the Cougars, so free kick coming up for Loudonville. Taking their time.
Yeah, hopefully you can put a quality ball, get it into the box here, maybe pass that first line of Crestview defenders, give yourself a chance to touch it forward and just create a little bit of chaos in the box.
Bryn Bailey sends low right into the defense. So certainly not what they were looking for there.
Puts Crestview right back in the attack as well. Jackie Renner has to come out of her box and make a save, but she does. She puts it up.
And Renner again, this time an easy scoop.
There is no secret to the Crestview offense. They just want to put the ball into the PK spot and run onto it. You know, at the beginning, the first 10 minutes of the game, we saw a lot come down the left wing and then trying to play the ball in. I'd say probably the last, 25 minutes of the first half and all of the second half has just been putting that ball on the PK spot from wherever you're out on the field. We got some younger, newer players in the game here. Oh, a little bit of...
Yeah, a little chitter-chatter, and you see Liberty Gerhardt, whatever was said to her, she didn't appreciate it much. Her and Gracie Dinsmore, the freshman, exchanging a few words.
I didn't see, the referees called it a jersey tug on Crestview, but I didn't see kind of what led to that. Certainly there's some excitement there.
Sydney Paulin now with the free kick. Last time we seen her with this opportunity, she just tried to fire a shot. She'll do the same here.
Not quite a fish on their free kicks yet. It's something in between what they're doing right now. They're putting the ball out of bounds and in the air or right in front of the Crestview defenders, which is neither's beneficial because it's giving Crestview the ball back. You just want to give yourself an opportunity when you get the free kicks here. Put the ball in the box, let your teammates run onto it, but they just have not been able to figure that out a little bit. Marching band's getting fired up, watching some soccer tonight. It's a fun night out. You get to watch your peers, which has been a bit of a rarity for some of the schools around here, especially in soccer, where sometimes it's just tough to get into the gate now. But you get to come out, support your peers, have some fun, watch your teammates do what they love.
That's an understatement. I can't tell you how many parents and fans have reached out saying that they'd be happy to send me score updates if I can get them press credentials, certainly to football games this year. So tickets for high school right now are probably about the hottest commodity that they've ever been here in the state of Ohio. They're tough to come by. Some parents can't even get tickets to games at certain venues, I've heard.
Yeah, I've heard that as well. Some of the different facilities, different sites with different stand structures and how many bleachers they have available. It's limiting to maybe one parent out of the two, and that's tough, especially if you've got a senior and this could be one of their last sporting events. That is a tough season.
McFarland lays it back. Couple Cougars here in the area.
Cole Falk just battling there. Anna McFarland just battling right there.
Wisely probably just knocked out by Templeman.
Yeah, McFarland is an aggressive player. Just plays, just trying to take that touch off of it and get forward with the ball.
Up for grabs in the middle of the field. Here's Mary, left foot off the top crossbar. It's about as close as you can get to a goal right there.
Yeah, tough shot too, kind of fading away, hits it on her left. Keeps it right on frame, hits the crossbar, does it again.
Yeah, this time with the right foot.
Mary Leeper just not getting a goal so far tonight. She's working for it though. I'll tell you what, she's put some nice assists though, if nothing else. And obviously you want to score some goals too, but the ball that she is playing into the PK spot.
Yeah, she set up her friends well, time and time again here tonight.
Oh, the referee stopped playing, no one knew it, and we're going to bring it back. That's why we use the whistles for substitutions. Jackie Renner did not know, played the ball, and we're going to try it again.
Lauren McKinney back into the match, the senior, spelling out Bailey Cordray, the freshman. has played some quality minutes here in this match.
Yeah, she has. She certainly got some look going forward. Just runs hard at the ball. I mean, it's the Crestview style. Is just run hard, take away that first touch from the defender, and all of a sudden you're facing the goal. And I don't know that she's scored, but she certainly had some quality opportunities and drew the PK and done a lot of good things for Crestview.
Nobody really wanting possession here, and
it's been a little sloppy. Just a lot of kind of aggressive kicking and not much more than that. And the temperament for Loudonville is progressing nicely. I think she's making an impact. She's being aggressive right now. She's trying to get the ball forward into the attack a little bit. I think she's the one defender for Loudonville right now who's been consistent in getting the ball out of that attacking area. She plays aggressive. Another young player for Loudonville, sophomore.
Yeah, the coaching staff had a lot of nice things to say about Anna before the match. Said that she's not afraid to get into the mix.
Her younger sister playing as well. I'm assuming sister, same last name as at least, and a Templeman on the coaching staff as well. So it's a family affair there. Kind of a fun thing. Oh, it's getting a little chippy out here, Brian. You don't always get to see this in girls soccer here.
Conference games, Jesse, I tell you what.
Both girls really kind of made a play that was not soccer related. So one card going to Crestview. But she definitely kind of took a shot, I think maybe in the face, and then retaliated after she took that shot.
Yeah, I think that's exactly what happened.
Substitution on the field, number 11, Peyton Collins.
Can't tell. Looks like maybe Riley Salser took a yellow card there. Yeah, it looks like Riley Salser got a yellow. I think she retaliated. I think she was hit first and retaliated a little bit, kind of swung her arms to get the other girl's arms off of her. A physical play. I don't think much to it, and the referee's just trying to settle the game down a little bit. It's gotten a little physical, a little chippy all of a sudden.
And that's what sucks if you're Riley. I mean, she takes the shot in the chops first, but it's always the second person that retaliates that gets caught.
There's a good life lesson there, Brian.
Indeed it is.
It's a good ball in there for McKinney to run onto. Jackie Renner does well to come out and get it again. Busy night for Jackie Renner back there. Between the saves, the goal kicks, I mean, she probably leads the team in touches right now, which is not a stat you want to have if you're the keeper.
Yeah, she's been in and out of the box quite a bit tonight. Now down to about 10.5 minutes of action remaining here. Crestview looking for their 6th win of the season. Trying to bounce back from their only loss so far at Northwestern just a few days ago. And you put them in just outside your top 5 last week, Jesse. Now that you've got a chance to see them for a good portion of action, feel like maybe an opportunity for them to jump in there this week?
It'll be interesting. I think certainly the matchup this week is the Mansfield Christian Clear Fork. You'll get to see Mansfield Christian's not played a super difficult schedule yet, but has done what they needed to do. They're winning games convincingly. They beat Loudonville 8-0, beat a good Mount Vernon team. They're doing what they need to do right now. And so I don't know if Crestview will crack the top 5 yet, but getting to see Mansfield Christian match up against the likes of Clear Fork, who I think is continually getting better. Will be a great matchup and a fun atmosphere on Saturday to cover that game here on the OH Report.
That's right. We'll have that one for you live and free beginning at 1 p.m. from the Colt Corral. And I've already got it circled on my calendar, September 24th. Mansfield Christian comes over here and takes on the Lady Cougars, so potentially that could be for the Mid-Buckeye Championship.
Yeah, certainly the regular season. I believe they're still doing a conference tournament this year, but I think for the regular season that is going to be probably the number 1 and number 1 will get to match up, and somebody will, unless there's a tie, I guess somebody's going to leave the champion. I actually don't know the Mid-Buckeye Conference rules if you do co-champions or you can start going to goal differential. We'll have to figure that out before the 25th. We've got some time.
I do like the conference tournament that they play, though. It's a unique. I think it's pretty sweet. Good opportunity for the teams involved in the MBC to work towards something, build towards that tournament, and even if you don't have the best regular season, a chance to win a conference championship.
Absolutely, it's it's an even playing field where maybe you didn't fare well during the regular season, but you're a team like Loudonville who's going to be progressing throughout the season. Conference tournament's going to be a good time for them. Can they improve on some earlier results? Maybe match up with Crestview, and they've had some chances tonight, and if they continue to clean it up and take care of the ball a little bit, I think they're going to be a better team. Obviously, expect Crestview to improve as well, but that could be an interesting matchup going forward.
Emma Templeman there with a nice pressure. Leads to Karina Scott getting the ball back. And the Birds trying to push forward, trying to get the ball going offensively.
Lauren McKinney just kind of running all the field. She's working hard, trying to keep the ball in play. That's the thing with Crestview. You can get a big lead, and you're still probably going to be playing. You've only got 3 subs to begin with, so you could be up by a lot, and you're still going to find quite a bit of minutes.
Ball knocked out here on the near sideline. Throwing coming up for the Lady Cougs.
Leaper can throw the ball into the PK spot as well. It's a nice luxury to have.
Freshman Cordray coming back on. Spelling out McKinney.
Substitution for Crestview, number 6, Bailey Cordray.
McFarland right away trying to find her.
Cougar throw.
7 minutes to go here. The game has really kind of slowed its pace down a little bit. Not a lot of quality opportunities, just kind of back and forth. Maybe Leaper's going to change that.
Oh,
what a shot.
Wow, that was lights out at the 6:48 mark. Mary Leaper with the shot of the game, I'd say.
Absolutely. Great first touch. Takes the throw and brings it to her. Mary Leaper with a great goal there. Great first touch. Brings it right to her feet and just puts it at the back post out of the air. Tremendous volley. What a great goal.
Her 3rd of the season. And, man, she's had so many quality looks and efforts here in this match. Kind of happy to see her go ahead and find the back of the net there.
Absolutely. She's played well. We've been talking about just her distribution from all over the field. She can put the ball where it needs to be for the Crestview attack, and then gets rewarded with a great goal of her own. Tremendous first touch and then a great finish. That's a superb goal. Maybe one of the best goals I've seen so far this year in the girls' side of things.
And she had a few shot attempts like that has impressed you. You would mention while just a few minutes ago where she had one with the left foot, hit off the crossbar, and then another opportunity just seconds later with the right foot that she just missed with.
She's certainly not afraid to pull the trigger and shoot those shots, but that's quality right there. You can't just swing at that. And the first touch has to be on, then to keep the ball on target, not hit it over, not hit it wide. There's a tendency to hit the ball to the air as hard as you can, and she just put it in the right place. That's a great goal.
Gives Crestview a 5-0 advantage as the clock now dwindling under 6 minutes to go. Loudonville starting to run out of time here.
It looks like Loudonville's put in some new players as well, getting some new minutes for some girls here. And Crestview as well, maybe rotated a few players. Crestview can't rotate a few players. They've only got 3 subs, so you're gonna be playing a lot if you're on the Crestview team right now. Looks like they maybe have some girls who maybe are injured right now, not able to play tonight, but there's not a ton of players on the Crestview team. So if you're on the roster, you're going to get some minutes probably just about every night.
And I can't imagine that the players complain too much about that, knowing that you're going to come into a varsity game and get a ton of minutes.
Yeah, that was probably one of the biggest complaints I had to deal with as a coach is when you get up by a lot, your guys, they want to play. That's why they're out there. They want to play the game, but you don't want to just run up the score forever, and you don't want to you want your younger guys to get in the mix as well. So sometimes those are the tough decisions to make.
For Loudonville, you can't really get too much younger on the field. They've got so many freshmen out here, sophomores as well.
Another great ball. Crestview they can put the ball in the attacking area just from anywhere and just gives them a chance to go forward. It's another dangerous ball across. The ball just kind of bouncing right around there.
Cordray still hustling for it. Now Lefevre. And it looks like the Birds are going to clear with Gearhart.
Loudonville was slow to get out, kept it on sides. Yep, referee saw it. It's going to be a goal kick, though.
Goal kick.
I think you should see a little bit of fatigue there. Loudonville's slow to get out of the back, so Crestview doesn't have to run forward to get onside. So Mary Leaper can just put that ball in and see what happens. Just put the little high and wide and runs out for a goal kick. Well, they've done so well in their goal kicks recently, and then puts a soft one right in the middle. Luckily, it goes right back to Renner for Loudonville.
Off the punt, finds Anschultz. But not well played there. Mary, as we've seen so many times tonight, just trying to send it forward, let some of her faster teammates up top try to catch up. But now Loudonville with a chance to flip the script, and here comes Paulin.
Yeah, certainly the speed. It gets a touch forward, maybe get a scoring opportunity here for Loudonville. Kind of gets run off the ball a little bit. I mean, she is a fast player. Just not much going forward with her right there, but she's got the speed and looks like she's got the ability to go forward. Just has had some limited touches and not receiving the ball in very advantageous.
Well, you see there, Crestview throws 2 defenders at her as soon as she gets a chance to turn with it.
Yeah, that's the problem when you put 10 defenders back for Loudonville, so you don't have much to go forward with. Oh, no, referee. Oh, man. She worked so hard to get the goal, and the referee's brought it back. I didn't see it. Certainly a Loudonville player went down, but I thought she just kind of fell over her own feet. Maybe the referee saw something else.
Yeah, it looked like that was going to be Cordray's 3rd goal of her freshman year. Running stride for stride with the defender.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that's that Crestview attacking style. Is it just you don't let the defender turn out of that pressure and just keep getting in there, not letting him turn. And more times than not tonight, they've ended up with the ball and going forward. Referee brought that goal back for a foul, though I didn't see it was a trip maybe or maybe a little bit of the upper body. I couldn't really see what he called, but certainly a Loudonville player went down.
And I've kind of noticed ever since Youngin went down and has been out of the match, Birds haven't had a whole lot going offensively. She was, kind of getting the party started for them.
Yes, she certainly brought a spark. I'd say the last 10 minutes of the first half, there was a spark that kind of came from her, that she was getting the ball, she was creating going forward, and they were having some opportunities. Second half we saw a little bit, and then unfortunately she went down with an injury. Hopefully nothing severe, and they just kept her out just for a minute's sake tonight, but we hope she can make it back for the next game.
The Fever working to get a corner kick, and will. Just 90 seconds to go here at Crestview. Cougars about to move to 6-1 on the season, dropping the Birds down to 4-2.
Crestview matchup with Edison next. A decent team out of Milan, Ohio.
Birthplace of Thomas Edison.
That is correct.
Fun fact that they have posted all over town, so if you ever go up there.
There's not a lot of claims in Edison, Ohio, but certainly Thomas Edison is the claim. The Chargers. We'll see what their girls team has. I think for Crestview, that's going to be kind of their moment. They'll play Port Clinton after that, who's, good save by Renner. Just followed up there.
So the Cougars take advantage one more time and give the band something to play for. I believe that was Dinsmore with her 2nd goal of the match.
It was a good first save by Jackie Renner. She does well to keep it out of the goal, but the difference is she deflected it. Every Crestview player went forward, and the Loudonville players did not. They just kind of waited there. Thought Renner either saved it or was going wide for a goal kick. Good goal there. Makes it 6-0 Crestview with 48 seconds to go in the match.
I got to imagine the Cougars feel pretty good about this result here, coming off of a loss, bouncing back here in style at home against a conference rival, and they've looked pretty sharp, I'd say.
Yeah, they definitely have the ability to score some goals and get in the box quickly. I think that is a luxury when you can get to the attack almost instantly if you get the ball to Leaper, and she just knows where to put the ball. And you've got players like Densmore and McFarland who are just going to run through it and get that touch forward.
Well, actually, I see Frankie's on the bench, so that couldn't have been her who scored that last goal. Wasn't able to catch a number there in the scrum.
Yeah, I can't see. It looks like it's the left defender, but I can't tell what her number is yet to figure out who it is. Just a couple seconds left in the game here. Crestview is certainly got some ability to score a lot of goals. We saw that tonight. Interesting team, Crestview.
And they are a 6-0 winner here at home, holding it down for the home fans here at Scott Bailey Memorial Field. So we'll take a timeout. We'll come back, and boy, Jesse, who you want to talk to tonight?
I think certainly maybe Mary Leeper and Frankie Dinsmore. Quite a night tonight. We'll get to see kind of their perspective on things and see where can this Cougar team go from here.
We'll throw it to a quick commercial break. When we come back, I'll go gather up both of those ladies, bring them back up here to the box. We'll have some post-match interviews coming your way live and free here on the OH Report.
We are uniting Park National's family banks under one name to serve you more.
This bank's about service to the community.
I mean, your customers become your family, and by and large, you become their family.
Customers do come in and they do feel like they're a part of our family, and they feel like they know us and we know them and we care.
Park National, our family of banks, all together now.
Subscribe or be subscribed.
We are here in the booth with midfielder Mary Leeper. Congratulations on your 6-0 win tonight over conference rival Loudonville. What was the game plan for the team tonight when you entered this game, coming off a 2-1 loss to Northwestern?
You know, we had about 6 games in 10 days, and we had about a 4-day break, 4 to 5 day, and coach just wanted to get us rested up. And with that loss, we were kind of a little devastated about it, but we wanted to just come as a team, play good as a team, and just try to come out with a win.
Absolutely. Now, let's talk about your goal for a second. You know, that was a tremendous goal.
Thank
When you hit it, did you know it was going in?
Well, my player, my teammate, Anna McFarland, she didn't even make eye contact with me or anything. She just threw it, and all of us work on those touches in practice, and I kind of knew a little bit, that I was about to go in.
Okay. So you're 6-1 on the year now. Are there any games on the schedule that you've highlighted, you've circled, like this is an important game coming up? I know every game's important. I understand. I won't tell your coach, but what game, as you look at your schedule, kind of sticks out to you?
Our biggest probably will be Mansfield Christian. It's always us in the conference championship, so they'll probably be our biggest competition for our conference.
And what's your goal for this team this year? What have you guys set as a team? What are your goals?
I don't know. All of us just try to play together. We all work really well together. We all love each other. I don't know. Just come out with a win. We want our 3rd conference champ in a row, so that's our main goal.
All right, 3rd conference champion coming up here, playing Mansfield Christian in just a few weeks here at Crestview. What do you love about your team? You obviously, there's a smile on your face and a big win tonight. What do you love about it?
I don't know. We're just all so supportive of each other. We're proud of everything that each other does, and we just play really well together. We just like each other's personalities and all that. So yeah.
Absolutely. Congratulations. That's a great win tonight, Mary Leeper. Let's switch it out. Let's put Frankie Dinsmore in here next. We'll bring Frankie in. So Crestview victorious tonight 6-0 over the conference rival Loudonville Redbirds. And we're here with striker Frankie Dinsmore. Frankie, what's your game plan when you get into a game? We got to see you tonight, and a lot of chances in front of the goal, a lot of assists, a lot of goals. What's your game plan when you start a game?
I just do everything for my team. My job is to score goals. That's what I try to do. I try to get the ball and pass it if I can't score. I just doing my job.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, yeah, a tremendous game tonight. A lot of goals, a lot of assists. What, as you look at your year so far, what is an area you think your team needs to improve on?
Finishing, and I think that's for everybody, but mainly the strikers. We just need to work on finishing. But other than that, we work really well together. Our passes have been getting better. I think we're doing a good job so far. Sure.
So obviously, 6 goals tonight. 2 goals called back, couple posts. I mean, you had plenty of opportunities tonight. For your team, what do you think? What's going to take you to the next level? What's going to beat Mansfield Christian this year?
I think finishing and just be getting excited about the little things. I think tonight we came out and we were really excited when we came out with the first 2 goals, or the first goal and then the one that they called off. But I think finishing and just celebrating the little things.
Nice, excellent. You guys are tremendous teammates. I watch how you interact with each other. You treat each other well. You encourage each other. You're a fun team to watch. Do you think? I'm gonna ask you a question. So we do a weekly poll. Do you think you're one of the top 5 teams in the Richland-Ashland County area? What do you think?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
All right. I like it. We are here with striker from Crestview after their 6-0 victory tonight over Loudonville. Frankie Dinsmore, congratulations, ladies. Great game tonight.
Thank you.
All right, we are wrapping things up here tonight, finishing things up at Crestview Stadium. 6-0, Crestview beat Loudonville in a Mid-Buckeye Conference showdown.
Yeah, that's right, Jesse. Great interviews with the 2 ladies here, and just love their composure, love how much they love each other. I think
Absolutely.
That's obviously. I think that probably the biggest key element to this for them is that they genuinely care about one another. You said that you like how they interact, so that's that's such a key part of the potion to success.
Absolutely. So certainly it's a talented team. There are some talented individuals on that team. We saw some skill, we saw some speed, we saw the ability to place the ball really well. But it's a team where they're going to look out for each other. They want to set each other up. There's not that selfish mentality of I need to go get all the best stats. They want to win and they want to compete at a high level. I think they're going to be a fun team to watch. They're going to get better, and we talked about replacing some key players. So I think the more they play together, the better they're going to be. and they've got the ability to be pretty good this year. So they'll be fun to watch come into September. That Mansfield Christian game is going to be a lot of fun. Conference tournament, this team is going to be primed for some big things.
Quick thoughts on Loudonville, who come into tonight with 4 wins here about midway through the season. Only 3 last year, and so many young players. Just your impressions of them.
Absolutely. I think we saw glimpses that in a couple of years, this is going to be a great team. They've got some young players who are already doing big things. And I think when we talk about this a couple times, but when you don't have scrimmages, when you don't have that preseason to kind of build upon, this is your first varsity experience is a real game. And so when you're 4 or 5 games in, obviously you're going to learn things where you'll make some mistakes and it may cost a goal or two or a decision or two, and you learn on the fly and you learn kind of the hard way through difficult games sometimes. But at the same time, you're learning and growing, and we see there is some tremendous talent on that Loudonville team, and I think that they're going to continue to improve. Coach Youngin talked about that their team is constantly getting better, and that's the mantra you want to have with a team that's young and has the potential to be pretty successful.
So probably just a matter of time for the Redbirds before they get it figured out, and maybe just a matter of time before we see Crestview moving to the top 5 of Jesse's Power Poll. You guys can find out tomorrow night on the Sports Mix, where me and Jesse will go inside of the soccer locker, and we will break down Jesse's top 5 teams for the boys and the girls. But for right now from Crestview, we are going to sign out. I want to give a shout-out to our awesome camera people, G-Man and Storm. Jory Hollenbeck as director for the first time in her career tonight, so I think we did a pretty good job. Of course, this is Jesse Ryder. My name is Brian Skronsky. Thank you guys for watching. We got 2 volleyball live streams coming up tomorrow. Don't forget to watch the Sports Mix, and then Friday Night Football. You always know that we are the place to be for the pigskin. Signing out for now.